Alright, how's it going, football fans around the world? Welcome back to my channel. I am back, but not only am I back, but the Premier League is back. Football is back. Thank goodness. God, the international break. Can't stand it, especially being a Mexico fan. It's just, it's annoying. But we're back, and we're back with a couple of bangers. But the ones I'm going to be talking about in this video is the North London Derby. Arsenal versus Spurs at the Emirates. I love these matches. I love these derby matches. You know, I just get to sit and watch and enjoy as a neutral. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions on that match. So let's get to it. You know, look, we got Arsenal, who are currently at the top of the league, but then we got Spurs, who are one out of only two teams who are still yet undefeated in the Premier League. A lot is riding here. Spurs could potentially take that first spot, or Arsenal can keep their first spot. So there's a lot on the line here. So let's get into the predictions. So what I usually like to do is I like to look at the history of the match, not the whole history, right? I mean, this has a deep history, but you know, look at the last few matches, and as we're seeing here on my screen, it's a bit even, right? It looks like the last 5. Tottenham have won 3, but if we look at the last 7, there was 2 draws, 3 wins for Spurs, 2 wins for Arsenal. It's pretty even. I would say Spurs have, as we're looking at it, it looks like Spurs have won a little more as of recently, but nothing that's standing out too much to me. I mean, Arsenal, you know, they have a decent home. I mean, it's a 50-50 at home. Like, that doesn't really seem to matter, right? I mean, it looks like they won their last 2 matches at home, but then again, if you go back a little further, they got a draw and even a loss back in 2018. So it's very back and forth. So it's hard to call a match just on the last 5 matches. So another thing I thought we would look at is just their recent success this season. Arsenal had a big win versus Brentford right before the international break, a 3-0 win versus them. That was a very good win. They had the last 2 matches postponed versus Everton. They had a 2-1 win versus Zurich. Not a great win. But this right here is what is concerning to me if I am an Arsenal fan. If we look at your record last year, your record versus the top 6 clubs wasn't great. And that's where a lot of questions come in for Arsenal, right? You guys came in with a great start this season. Last year, you got a good run of games, a winning run. But people are always questioning Arsenal about their record versus the top 6. They don't seem to do too well versus the top 6 clubs. It wasn't great last season. You've only played one so far, which was Man United, and you guys got beat 3-1. So if we look at Arsenal's recent history, that's where you guys seem to really lack in, is those wins versus those big wins versus the big teams when it really matters. So that's my concern going in for Arsenal. You guys played Spurs last season in a much needed win to get into top 4 over your rivals, and you guys ended up getting beat 3-0. Now, to be fair, that match was at Spurs' home, and you guys did win your match at home versus Spurs, but it's still a bit shady versus the top 6. It comes to be a match where it really matters. Like, this match is huge, right? I mean, whoever wins this match, if Arsenal win this match, you guys stay you guys stay at the top of the Premier League, and if Spurs win this match, they keep their undefeated run, and they themselves would overtake that first spot. We're waiting on the result of the Manchester Derby, which is another big match I'll talk about, but in the other video. But yeah, North London Derby, it's huge. I have a bit of concern for Arsenal going in because of their record versus the top 6. But in terms of form going into the match, you guys look great. I mean, this is a different Arsenal side. You know, you guys added Zinni, who's looking great. Jesus, who is on fire. Saka had a great international break. He is looking hungry and good. Your guys are coming into this game on very high form, and it's one of the best Arsenal sides I've seen in a while. Now let's get into Spurs. So Spurs, you guys, as I said, are undefeated in the Prem. You guys are currently tied, I believe, with my team, Manchester City, when it comes to points. Yes, only down on goal differential. You have 18 goals for, 17 goals against. So about the same record as Arsenal, who have 17 goals for and 17 goals against. You guys are coming into this match pretty even, right? I mean, you guys only took an L in your second Champions League match against Sporting Lisbon, but you guys bounced back in a big way versus Leicester, winning 6-2. Heung-min Son finally finding his feet in dramatic fashion with a beautiful hat trick. Both teams are coming in hot. Really hot, and I'm very interested to see these matches because, I mean, I feel like as of recently, they've kind of haven't been living up to the hype, right? I mean, if we look here in the past 5 matches versus them, you had a 3-0 win for Tottenham, Arsenal weren't really competing in that game. And then the match before that, he had a 3-1 win for Arsenal. A little more competitive, but still Arsenal dominated. And then before that, it was a boring 1-0 to Tottenham. And yeah, so I feel like this derby match is going to be one of the most interesting ones we've seen in a while. Both teams coming in very, very hot. Attacking's looking great. Defensive, they're looking decently solid. I'm very excited for this match. So let's get into who I believe is going to come out as on top, who could be leading the Premier League by the end of this week. Winning this match 3-2. I have Arsenal winning this match. And let me give you my reasons. The reasons why I have Arsenal winning this match is because I believe this is a very, very different Arsenal side than we have seen in the past 5, 6, God, who knows how long, many years, right? Arteta, a man that everyone's been doubting, but someone I've always stuck behind because I myself witnessed his contribution to the game. I really respect him. He finally got this Arsenal side going. I know I mentioned their struggles versus the top 6, and I know after that Man U match, it didn't seem to really change much. But if you look at that match, you actually look at it, not just the score line. If you look at that match, Arsenal dominated most parts of the game. They did. They looked the better side. Now, there's no disrespect to Man United, right? I'm not trying to take away anything from Man United. That was a great win, a great team win. They did what they needed to do. But for Arsenal, I thought you guys looked decent. I thought you guys looked the better team. I just think that some of the players on the team can their lack of experience can sometimes get to them. And sometimes when it comes to the big matches, I feel like some of them disappear, especially when it comes to ending plays, right? Like that final pass or that final shot. I feel like you guys tend to choke. But going into the North London Derby, this is a derby match, and I expect Arsenal to be going in 100%, firing on all cylinders, and so that's why I'm expecting Arsenal to come out as a win. I think this is going to be a very back and forth match. I'm hoping for a very back and forth match. Like I said, these matches tend to not be as dramatic as we want them to be sometimes, but I feel like this is one of the best Arsenal sides we've seen in a while. And not gonna lie, I feel like this is one of the best Tottenham sides we're seeing in a few years, right? I mean, Tottenham are always wishy-washy, right? I mean, they can have some very, very good starts this season, looking like actual title contenders, and then we see that drop off come towards by the end of like October. But I don't know, this side's looking different. I believe in Conte. I think he's a very, very good manager. I feel like both these teams, as of right now, are very serious teams. So it's always a scary sight when you see Heung-min Son firing on all cylinders. Harry Kane, we know what he can do. Kulusevski, we've seen what he can do last year, and even though he hasn't got off to the flying start we thought he would be, he's always a dangerous player on the ball. His crossing ability and his dribbling ability is very impressive. So it's going to be a tight match, and I could very much be wrong here. I just feel like this is going to be a statement win for Arsenal. I said that last time in the Man United match. It didn't quite happen. But this is the North London Derby. This is versus their biggest rivals. And I just feel like this is a match that they have to come on top of if we're going to look at Arsenal as a serious team this year. And the same goes for Spurs, right? But I feel like Spurs are going to have their own opportunity to prove that in different ways. As we've seen, they like to do it versus Manchester City. But yeah, that's just my predictions here. I'm predicting a 3-2 win for Arsenal. I'm really excited for this match. It's going to be at 6 a.m. for me. So you know damn well I'm going to get up for it. Very excited. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on the game. I just think Arsenal are just going to edge it. This is a game they have to win. If they want to prove the doubters wrong, if they want to get rid of that whole they can't perform versus big teams, this is a game that they have to come on top on. And that's why I'm going to go for Arsenal here. So Arsenal 3-2. Let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think. Like I said, I could be very much wrong here. So if you're a Spurs fan or you just don't agree with me, let me know in the comments down below. Say whatever you want to say. You can call me stupid, call me dumb, curse me out. I do not care. Just say whatever's on your mind. But yeah, other than that, please like this video. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying my content. And there's another big match coming up, right? On Sunday, the Manchester Derby. I'm going to make a video next on that. So go ahead, be on the lookout for that because that's going to come shortly after this video. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.